Rick and Ray from
Hello.
Curry Cafe, and the other members of today's show.
Hello.
Robert Mann, Sue Wright and Bev Juday.
Hello.
Wild Rivers Film Radio is on the air here at KCIW Live today. Come on, guys. Time to go into the studio.
We're going.
I'm gonna do my Groucho. Oh, one of my favorites. I'm just doing me. That's bad enough. Okay, here we go.
Groucho forgot his.
Groucho's got to go back for his Groucho bag.
Okay, I'm gonna be on the outside looking in.
Huh?
Wait a minute, Ray. I gotta be there, bud.
Yeah.
Well, hello again, KCIW listeners, and welcome to Curry Cafe. I'm volunteer and producer Rick McNamer. Every Sunday from 3 to 4, your host, Ray Gary, also our famous radio personality here at KCIW, puts together a panel of guests to discuss various topics of interest. Listeners can participate by texting questions or comments to 541-661-4098. Again, that's 541-661-4098. Now here's Ray. Tell us about today's show.
Okay, before I get into today's show, I want to just drop a little word about what I did last night. I went to the haunted house that I'm sure everybody in the community is familiar with. Every year, Clara puts on this haunted house and does a great job. It's the major funder of the Pelican Players. I didn't say that correctly, but that's the story. And it's a lot of fun. It's $15. You're supposed to be at least 10 years old, but I was informed of a 9-year-old that was in front of us. It's a lot of fun. If you think haunted houses are silly things for little kids, that's not what this is. Just go do it. Okay, and now we can go around the table and have everybody that's here introduce themselves and why they're here.
Well, hi, Ray. It's always good to be back on the show. Thank
It's
you.
always good to have you here.
I'm Sue Wright, and I'm one of the founders of the Wild Rivers Film Festival. So we just finished our 3rd year, and we're back with Robert Mann, who was part of our first year back in 2023.
Good afternoon, and I'm Bev Juday. I'm the current president of the Wild Rivers Film Festival, and I'm here supporting Sue and our 2 wonderful hosts and Robert.
Great. And I'm Robert Mann, and I'm an independent filmmaker, and what those 2 said. We have an hour to fill. If that's all you're gonna say, then
I'm
it's
deferring.
gonna be a
I'm
long hour.
deferring.
Well, from watching and listening, Robert and the ladies on the other shows, he's got a lot more stuff to talk about than just independent films. But
Absolutely.
interesting character. I really enjoyed all the shows that I've watched and heard. Really have.
Oh, good. Thank you.
So
So, buttons.
no.
Maybe there's somebody out there that doesn't know what an independent film is, and one of you can explain that.
Well, independent filmmaking is basically you're on your own. It's not a studio film. So studio films have studio financing. They have the help of a studio. Distribution is kind of locked in. Independents go independently. We look for our financing. We look for the material first off. You secure the rights to the material. Once you do that, then as an independent producer, you'll get funding, and then it goes to casting. You find a director to helm the film, and then after all that's done, you are looking for distribution, film festivals, that type of stuff.
I assume when you're looking for funding, you probably have a lot of relatives that are staying out of your way, like you're selling life insurance. Oh, damn it, you're trying to get money for another film.
Right, yeah. You knock on the door. Hey, it's me, remember? Your son, remember?
You're the guy that hasn't paid me for the last one.
Right, yeah.
But every now and then I assume you think you're going to get noticed or picked up or something?
Um,
Did the independent films, as you're dealing with them now, do they make money?
Some do, yeah, some do. Most don't. It's the nature of the beast. A lot of independent filmmakers, there's a lot of different ways of going about it philosophically. If you're looking to make money, then you have to do the things that will make you money. One of them is and I talked to Sue about this and Bev, and we talked about it at the Wild Rivers Film Festival and the workshops. A lot of times I'll work backwards. I'll find a genre, or I'll know exactly how much money I have, et cetera, or locations, and I write the script based around that. And there's still a creative process to it, but what you're saying is okay. Right now, the main genre of films is action adventure. I was talking to my distributor, and he said, "Rob, if you really want to make some money, action adventure is the number one." So you've increased your odds that way. Horror and thriller is a drop below that, and there is a big drop, and then it goes horror, thriller, probably family, comedy, drama is the least marketable.
I would think that would be the most difficult to pull off as an independent film.
It is, because action adventure, you're dealing with a lot of explosions and things like that, and et cetera. But people do it on a lower budget scale. Now, this is excluding, let's say, the star factor. Once you put a star into it, then all bets are off, because let's say you get Jeff Bridges for a drama, which is the least in terms of a genre, but you put Jeff Bridges in, now all of a sudden that goes up to the top. But you can't pay him his full studio price. It's impossible to make money. So you hedge your bet and you work other deals. Did anybody see Copland?
I did not.
No. It was with Stallone, Harvey Keitel, Robert De Niro, a couple other people. That film
Big
was
stars.
Yeah, big stars. And this was at the height of De Niro and Stallone. So they were $20 million players, $15 million players. Harvey Keitel was probably around 10 at that time. Well, they shot that film on a $7 million budget. And you're saying, oh, well, how did that happen?
How'd they get all those guys?
Yeah. So they made a deal. They all loved the script so much, they brought their prices down so they could make the movie. They mitigate the risk now, but you've got all these people. It was a success, and it was a financial success and a critical success. But they shot it for about $7 million. Stallone did it for scale, SAG scale, because that's the minimum he could do it for. But they got back-end deals, and they got a percentage of the film and things like that. So you can, as an independent producer, you can work different ways around certain challenges that you may have. Actors, if they have a really good meaty piece and a great script and a great role, they'll come down, especially those that have made money and they making money in a big studio. They'll make your money on the big studio things like Iron Man.
Yeah, so y'all out there, you can text in 541-661-4098. Robert, now I've heard Sue and Bev talk about cinephiles. I don't know if I would qualify myself as I love movies. But what about you? You started pretty young, didn't you, as far as getting interested in movies?
I got seduced. That's the best way to put it.
Okay.
And my mother was an actress, and she brought me on set. And I've told this story to Sue and Bev a few times, but I was brought on set. And so I was intrigued by the magic of movie making. And what happened was this director, they were doing what's called pickup shots. So the principal photography was all done. So the actors that they actually paid were all completed, and they were doing other projects. Well, they had to do a few pickup shots, and one of the actors, the lead actors, who was probably, in his early 20s or whatever, and I was just, maybe 13 or so, 12 even, he said, well, listen, Robert, I want you to go ahead and put on the character's pants, and you're going to walk here, and your mother is going to put on the other character's dress and costume, and you're going to walk to the door, etc., etc. And I'm just thinking to myself, what are you talking about? They know it's me. They're not going to know it's this other guy. How are you? Hey, don't worry. So we shoot that. Okay, fine. And then he has me do another thing where I had to throw a beer can at a sign, and left-handed. He goes, "Can you throw left-handed?" And I was pretty much into sports, but I'm not a lefty. But I said, "Yeah, I could probably do it." So I threw it, hit the.
Like a girl from what you just.
Yeah, I know it. It was. Don't say that. No.
You can still say that, can you?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, but so I did that, and I'm still thinking I'm not fooling anybody here. I'm thinking, what do you think? And then we saw a screening of it. They showed for cast and crew. They showed a screen, and so my parts come in, but they had cropped it. They had shot it so tight, you didn't see the faces. You only saw an image.
Yeah.
And on the feet, they just showed the feet when I was walking, and I went, "Oh wow, that's amazing! It looked just like the guy."
I've always wondered when you watch a movie, a Western would be a good example. The hero or somebody is walking off into the sunset to be the classic. Is that really him, or is that just an extra? And
I'm sure
he's
there
in the 19th
quite a few
century.
body doubles have been used.
Well,
I'm guessing.
I'll tell you this: you can bet if it was a Tom Cruise movie, it was Tom doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
He
actors,
refuses a body double then, or
Yeah,
something.
some actors just that's
Okay.
my part. I'm gonna do that. There's
And you can make it just a crappy ass movie and use that publicity, and it'll sell anyway. Right?
probably.
You want to see him fall off the plane or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you got the acting bug early, apparently,
Yes, I did get.
and
the
you
acting bug early.
you delved into all acting, directing, script writing. You've helped out the kids at the
right.
Rob was part
did.
of our instructional team for the workshop.
workshop. I don't know why that word escaped me, but it did. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun doing the workshop, and the kids are so receptive. You kind of have to entice them a little bit. A lot of them are very shy, and acting. This is why doing an acting class, and I think next year we're going to do more of that, because it takes a little bit of time for them to get out of that shell, and the more that you can play games, the more you can do that, the easier it is for them to get out of their way when they're actually trying to act and do something.
I saw a little bit of that when we did that Wild Rivers promo thing.
Yes.
And when you, which I love the last little progressive commercial.
The
That would crack me.
Progressive.
I'm sorry, progressive. Don't want to get sued. But you were kind of coaching the kids
You
there.
just got sued. Guess you just.
Oh,
break
I just got sued by Sue.
it. Right.
That's right.
But anyway, that was really cool. Yeah, you were, trying to get them to, I guess, come out of their shell a little bit. But the end result was just hilarious.
Rob actually ran them through an audition, so they're all lined up like they were at an audition, and they went in one at a time in front of a panel to audition. And that was
that was
kind of
good.
nerve-wracking for some of those kids.
It's nerve-wracking for anybody who goes. Even a seasoned actor will tell you it's nerve-wracking going in through an audition. So what I try to do is when I'm teaching younger people or anybody about an audition, I say don't go in thinking it's an audition. Don't go in thinking that you're trying to get this job. You're trying to get the part. Go in. You're an actor. Go in there and perform. Just have it as a performance. That's the mindset you need to do. I'm going to come in here. Don't worry about what you think they may want. You've got the material. Do your own thing and go out there and just nail it and just perform. That's what they love doing. Actors love performing. So just perform it. Don't worry about it. Then it takes away the nerves.
Well, speaking of nerves, I bounced around a little bit but your Piper and Tupper stand-up comedy, I've always been a fan. Stand-up. My wife and I used to go to Sacramento in the early 80s. They had a little downtown, Laughs Unlimited, I think. Young comics. God, I saw, I think it was Elaine Boozler before she was hot and heavy, and Bob Saget, rest in peace, he's gone. But anyway, fun stuff. But going up on stage and performing like that, I don't know. What do they say? You never let them see you sweat. But if I was ever up there, I'd just be like Niagara Falls, man. I don't think I could do it. You guys, that was fun stuff that you did.
A lot of fun stuff.
So that had to be a little nerve-wracking the first couple times.
I would think it'd be easier to be a heavyweight boxer than to do that. your first couple of jokes bomb or somebody starts
Ooh.
yelling at you.
Right. The bombing. Did you ever experience that?
I've been to comedy
Yeah.
shows where they've been bad.
Oh, well, it's
Yeah.
tough.
Well, Jim Carrey, I've seen Jim Carrey bomb many times at the Comedy Store, but it's and a lot of comics. Mitzi sure encouraged that. They actually encouraged you to go out there and try new stuff, and she didn't mind if you bombed. It's a different time now. You really have to deliver, but Jim never would have been able to do what he did if he didn't try to reach for the stars. And when you do that, there's a small percentage of the material that's going to work. But when you do work, it's like a golden nugget you find. So you have to bomb in order to be really great, like he has. And the ones that really put it all out on the line are the ones that are very creative and very individual and original. You can always, and almost anybody can do comedy that has some sort of sense of humor and be right in this middle area here all day long and never bomb and just be in here. But if you want to achieve this way up here, you're going to go all the way down to the ground a few times.
To find out where the line is, you have to go to the line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even maybe beyond the line.
Well, yeah, you see people like Colbert going beyond the line once in a while, and not necessarily. Well, it can be in his content, but it's pushing the envelope, and a lot of comedians do that.
No.
A good example of what you're talking about there is, I guess, because one of my comic heroes right there at the top is Richard Pryor. And I saw some old videos of him at times. It was hard to watch for me because he was kind of bombing. Because, boy, that guy was just one of the greatest, in my opinion.
Right.
And, yeah, it's kind of hard to watch that.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
he-
understand why these comedians have these very long monologues. I mean, they're on stage for an hour or more, and they just click right along. Well, I think Chris Rock. There was a show about Chris Rock several years ago where they were just showing his monologue, and without missing a beat or a word in a sentence, they would switch from one to another location, different part of the week, different clothes, different. So somehow or other, he's doing this monologue with exactly the same words in exactly the same place.
Right. Yeah.
How do you memorize something like that?
Well, you
I
do-
could see if you're telling jokes, remember the general gist of it and get that correct. But to do it exactly the same each time.
Well, you do. It's like a stage play. If you've ever done a stage play, and you open the play and it's playing for 2 months or something like that, it's ingrained in you. Now you can vary it a little bit, and especially for different audiences, the cadence may be a tad different. But you know those jokes work for the most part. You know it 99% of the time when you have established X amount. It takes years and years and years. When people, when you first start out, Mitzi would give you 3 minutes. She wants to see you do a tight 3 minutes, and then it goes to 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes. Now, eventually, you get to a headline when you've got an hour, 45 minutes to an hour of material, but it takes some time to get to that point. You got to throw out a lot of trash. You got to,
And you got to be Chris Rock.
and you got to be Chris Rock. But there's other guys that are. I mean, there's so much talent out there. We talked about it. In terms of actors, writers, directors, comics. There's so much talent out there. Whether somebody is famous or not famous, some people are just as funny as Chris Rock and just as funny as Jim Carrey, and they're great. I know a guy we used to watch him all the time, John Campanera, and I still see him. He's in Vegas now, and we just love his stuff, and he's just so funny. Dom Herrera was another guy that we used to love to watch.
Josh Johnson, have you seen him?
No.
He was one of the correspondents on The Daily Show, and may still be. And he is incredibly funny. Look him up on YouTube. But the interesting thing about him is his humor is so simple. He just points out things as the way they are without making a big deal out of it. And and then he just kind of stands back and gives you the opportunity to think about what he just said, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, we were different. Number one, we were a team, and we played characters, and we had musical. We were like musical rock and roll comedy. We were a cross between Spinal Tap and Steve Martin and Simon and Garfunkel. I mean,
That's a good mix right there.
Yeah,
You brought
more
up Steve.
Simon or more Garfunkel?
Pardon?
Was it more Simon or more Garfunkel?
I was probably more Simon. He was probably more Garfunkel.
You brought up Steve Martin. I actually saw him many years ago at Tahoe. But there was one thing, it might have even been an album title, but one time, it was on Saturday Night Live too, he said, comedy, it isn't pretty,
Right.
Yeah.
with a deadpan, serious face. And I think there was a lot to that.
Right. Yeah. No.
Hard.
He was good. Now he was a very original in his stand-up. He would do all sorts of fun things. Tell you the truth, I was never all that interested in stand-up monology kind of thing, but I loved comedy. And when an agent said to myself and my partner, "You guys work really well together. You should be a stand-up comedy team," that's how that all came about.
Wow.
Because we were actors. We were trained actors at ACT and you know, film schools, UCSD, and everywhere else that we went. But yeah.
Well, let's jump to another, is this genre? Is that how it's pronounced? I think of Alex Trebek, genre, on Jeopardy.
Sure, you can pronounce it however you want.
Okay, but Halloween, horror, let's talk about what's coming up this weekend,
Let's
correct?
talk about that.
Pumpkin, well, Robert, a couple of good flicks that we're going to be able to enjoy.
Yeah,
Here in town.
absolutely. I'm going to let Sue and Bev
Okay.
tell about what we're doing, and then I'll jump in.
Okay.
How's that?
So we have Airbnb and Pumpkin Carver playing as a double feature at the Redwood Theater here in Brookings on Thursday, October 30th, with the costume contest prior. So the costume contest will start at 5 next to the Redwood Theater. We'll have the red carpet out there, and Rob will be judging costumes, and he has some prizes set up. You want to tell us a little bit about prizes that might be in the
Prizes?
works? Yeah.
You will win $5 million.
Sign this.
Everybody,
please.
come on out to try and get that $5 million.
Well, we can put a new wing then on the studio.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Probably a little bit less than $5 million. Yes. But we're doing DVDs. We're doing autographed scripts, original shooting scripts of the Pumpkin Carver, DVD of the Airbnb, posters. We have posters that we'll sign and things like that.
And a free entry to some Ducks tickets coming up. This is like a $600 gift, and you can get a free raffle ticket by attending the Airbnb or Pumpkin Carver or both of them and fill out your raffle.
You can also get a free ticket if you go on our excuse me, on our website and indicate that you're interested in receiving our newsletter, or just maybe you want to volunteer with us. We're happy to have our audience, whoever you are and wherever you are, let us know that you're out there. So we will give you a free entry, and you're welcome, of course, to purchase as many more as you like at $10 a ticket.
Okay.
And then we'll do that drawing on Monday.
Not this coming Monday, but
No.
Monday, November 3rd.
I think it's first. I think it was in it?
3rd.
3rd.
Yeah, Monday, November 3rd.
And so Thursday is the Redwood double feature, red carpet, and all that. 5 o'clock starts the red carpet, and you can get one ticket if you want, one film for $9. If you want to do the double feature, it's $13. And then Halloween night, ladies, we're at Porta Pints.
Yes. You're at Porta Pints, South Beach, down in Crescent City. And our host there plans to have, of course, Robert and his showing of Pumpkin Carver. That's going to start at 6 o'clock, but you're welcome to get there early, get your tickets, come on in, have a drink or two, and then we'll start the show at 6. At the end of the show, which is 90 minutes, you'll have a chance to interact with Robert, get to know him a little better, and hang out even a little bit. And then there's 3 bands playing. I'm not sure of their start time, but it should be a really rocking night. And of course, again, just the reminder that just for showing up down there, we're going to give you a free entry into that raffle.
So here's what I'm going to do right now. I just thought of this. Spur of the moment.
All right.
For Porta Pints, if the 100th person comes in and pays that ticket, I personally will stand and be the person that they throw the axe around on the axe throwing contest. So if you're that 100,
So if you happen to have a beef with Robert on anything,
or just a beef with anybody, and you're trying to air out some frustration,
And if you would like to interact with Robert or any of the members on the table here today, you can send us a text, 541-661-4098. 541-661-4098. And you can send a text to anybody here.
operator standing by to
Standing
read that
by, yes.
text.
They always are.
Fantastic.
And gosh, we're about halfway through the show. I just want to, I've been neglecting this little part, but I want everybody to know that you are listening to KCIW LP 100.7 FM here in beautiful Brookings, Oregon. So jumping all around, again, going back to the shows that I've already heard you guys and seen, all these movies, I was interested that you were talking about all of our favorite movies, and I think Wizard of Oz was brought up a few times, and I thought that was kind of cool because
One of my favorites still.
look,
one of my favorites.
I worked for the railroad my career, and a lot of blue-collar guys, lunch packing, go hunting, and there was only two of us that we could both sing the Scarecrow song without even looking.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
we were fans of the Wizard of Oz. I still am. What can I say?
It's a great film.
It's a good show.
I call it a perfect film.
What about King Kong?
Oh, that's
Wow.
on my list too.
King Kong
Thank
was
you.
the best movie
Which
ever.
are you talking about? The one in 1930s?
Oh
Yes, of
gosh,
course.
isn't that the only
And
one?
the last one.
Not the Jessica Lange one, is what you're saying.
What?
Not the Jessica Lange one.
No, that was not only a bad movie, but you know, when I watch remakes of movies, I always like there to be a reprise in the remake. So at the end, King Kong has fallen off the damn whatever building.
Empire State.
Empire.
Yeah, and he's lying there dead on the ground, and the filmmaker has the obligation of saying it wasn't the planes, it was Beauty killed the Beast, which they did in the last one, but he didn't say it. That ruined the whole movie, and it ruined a pretty bad movie. So that was kind of the way I am.
Then we probably shouldn't even go to the remake of Psycho with Vince Vaughn.
I
Didn't even know there
saw that.
was there.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
even know it.
That was a shot for shot too. Not only did they remake it, which I don't know why you would want to remake a classic,
It seems
but they did it
impossible.
shot for shot.
Wow.
It was like, okay,
Oh,
Why? Yeah, why?
I don't know. That's the big question of the universe.
And what makes Spielberg think he could remake the West Side Story? How do you take an
I didn't see
absolutely
the
perfect
remake of
movie
that
and
either.
remake it by screwing it up? I watched 10 minutes of it. It wasn't
Yeah.
very good. But anyway.
Well,
Well, then we'd mentioned Psycho. Let's stick with the horror thing. You guys also at one talked about your favorite old horror films. And Robert, I can't think of the exact comment, but it hit me home. Like, I'm not into the slash and all of that other stuff. I have some old movies that were from The Haunting. One called The Haunting with Julie Harris and Russ Tamblyn. You guys remember Russ Tamblyn, the fantastic dancer? He was in West Side Story also. But it wasn't, you never really saw a ghost, but it was all, character driven and just story driven. And it was freaky.
Like The Shining.
Oh
like The
gosh.
Shining, yeah.
Yes.
I don't like that word. That movie is kind of creepy.
It's creepy. It's supposed to be creepy.
I
It's
know,
Stephen
but I
King.
don't like that kind of creepy though.
Ooh.
But if we're going to talk about old horror movies, you have to talk about Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Not a fan.
I hear that
Me.
Bela
How can there
Lugosi's
not be-
Dracula's showing up on Thursday night.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He's been,
Oh, well then I better not say that I
there-
wasn't.
he's been channeled. He's
Oh,
channeled.
okay. Okay.
So
Well-
what don't you like about Bela?
No.
Yeah.
I guess I just wasn't a big Dracula fan.
Not the Dracula.
So,
So you didn't
But-
care for the Children of the Night. Huh?
No, never saw it.
What sweet music they
Never
make.
saw it. But the another one I wanted to bring up was called, these are kind of obscure, but I love them, The Uninvited with Ray Milland. Has anybody ever seen that?
saw that.
Okay, I guess I'm going down a wrong road. I shouldn't.
What about
I
that
remember
one where
Ray Milland.
Ray Milland.
Yeah.
And, well, it also, okay, I'll stop there because
What about
I'm
that
the only
one-
one that saw it.
where the beautiful girl needs to get away from the city, so she goes to the cabin out in the woods so she can get away from herself and write that book. And on her way to the cabin, she runs into somebody, gas station, and asks direction. And the guy is kind of weird, and it goes on from there.
I never heard.
350 movies with that plot, at least.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Or they get lost driving through the
Okay.
woods. So.
Okay. Well, and another one that maybe everybody is probably familiar with was House of Wax with Vincent Price. Really, not a lot of gore and crazy AI, not AI, but whatever they call that other stuff. Just a good story, of course, with Vincent Price. How could you miss
Did
with that
anybody
one?
see the Others with Nicole Kidman?
I haven't. No.
Yeah, they consider it a horror film. I'm not sure if it's that, but it's a really wonderful film, and it's with her and her two children, and they're in this house, and they have to black out all the lights of the house because the children have this disease that they're light sensitive and they could die from it. But anyway, it's a very ghost oriented type of
Yeah.
thing. But I think that she has a monologue at the end that's really wonderful. It's one of her best performances on this
I'll have to
film.
put that one down in my
Yeah.
to-do list, I
Yeah,
suppose.
and the children are wonderful too. They're just so good.
okay.
It's a well done film. Like I said, I don't think it's a horror. They consider it a horror film, but I think it's more of a a thriller,
Psychodrama
going into,
type of thing, maybe?
ghostly kind of.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of elements, a lot of scares to it. Doors opening and slamming.
Okay.
This time of year, Netflix fills up with that kind of film. Tons of them. I
Yeah.
noticed the
Yeah.
original Dracula, Frankenstein, The Wolfman are all playing.
And I think the all-time best one with it that confused a little bit of horror with some comedy is Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein.
Oh, my
Yes.
God.
I've seen it
Absolutely.
25 times,
You're talking.
maybe, and
Yeah, you're talking top of the hill.
well, I mean, I just thought that was
Don't get
a
no better than
classic.
that one.
Right. That's with Abby Normal.
Yes, and stay close to the candles. The
Right.
stairs can be
All
tricky.
good stuff. All good stuff. Well, it's that time of year. Like I said, that's why we're focusing a little bit on horror.
That's why we're here for the Halloween horror.
Yeah. Coming
Ghosts and
up.
Goblins.
Okay, maybe we can back out of this subject for just a minute.
Oh, no. Why? Go ahead.
Okay, never mind.
Go ahead. No. I'm just teasing.
Somebody mentioned the word volunteers before.
I did.
Suppose we have somebody who don't know nothing and is not very talented, but would like to come and hang out and help.
We would love it. We would love for you to come and hang out.
Oh, why do you think what about me? I said
Anyone
not
out there.
talented, don't know nothing.
There's no prerequisite that you have to have any experience doing any of this.
What, suppose it was me I was talking about. Let's just suppose.
Okay, suppose
and
it
I showed up
was.
someday and said you need some help.
We would say, come on in.
And you would tell me to sweep up.
No. We
See,
would ask, what do you
when
like
I came
to
to KCIW, like with the person I just described, I literally volunteered to be like the maintenance man and sweep up. And
Yeah.
within a year, I was the president. So it shows how hard up they were for volunteers. I have yet
There's just
I
so
have yet to
much.
sweep the studio even once.
There's so much to do that what we try to do is ask volunteers what they're interested in and sort of point them in the direction of opportunities that match up with what their desires are. And it works out well. And if you try something and you just feel like, well, that didn't work out, I thought I was going to have fun taking tickets and I'm not.
Yeah.
Again, we have so many different things that you can do. It doesn't matter what time of day or evening that you're available. We can be flexible with all of that. And you can work all 4 days of the festival. You can work fewer than 4 days. You could work 2 or 1 or just afternoons. Again, don't limit yourself because you imagine that it has to be 4 hard, long 12 or 14-hour days, because it doesn't.
I've done those kind of things, and they actually turn out to be fun. The 14 hours goes by very quickly, and you've made some new acquaintances, a few enemies, and you've had some epiphanies, life-changing episodes.
So
I think it's life-changing.
We actually have a paid crew of about 8 for the film festival, and they're the ones that are there from 8 in the morning till after midnight. And then our volunteers typically work 4-hour shifts. So they might be seating at one of the 4 venues. They might be helping set up the happy hours. They might be working the after parties, So whatever kind of you like to do.
There's lots to do, and you can do as little and as
There's
much
lots
as
to
you want
do. We interview the filmmakers who are here during the film festival for our podcast. So if you like sitting in the sound studio or you like interviewing people, we need photographers, we need videographers. So
That's right.
we really do pull from the community, and it's a community event, the film festival.
Oh, God, yeah. It's a big help for businesses around here, and it's just
We gather
a
in
fun
the streets,
time.
gather in the streets in between films and run into people and at the little, what did you call them, parties or
The happy hours.
happy hours? Yes.
Yes.
Happy hours and after parties. So I think we had 11 different parties last year.
And your after
So that
party-
seems to be the big focus. Let's
Everyone
get together
likes
and party.
those.
we might get a reputation as the party people.
Hey, that's good.
But we
That's
did
good.
our happy hours, we did them in local art galleries.
Right.
And that
I-
was really fun. It was
That
fun for
was.
the art gallery folks, and it was fun for a lot of the citizens of Brookings, and not counting our filmmakers, because many people here who are local hadn't even been in some of those galleries.
There was one
including
when
me.
I was in, I'd never been
First time I was in the Brian Scott, and it was great.
Just so fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they had great hors d'oeuvres and
Oh,
drinks.
yes. And many drinks.
Yes, so every single day was a different art gallery.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, we had after parties. And for those who like to party long and hard, hey, you had places to go, and you could run into filmmakers there.
Our filmmakers tend to like to party after the
Yeah,
event.
they were the night owls.
A lot of
So
parties.
for
By
people,
night owl,
Yes.
By night owl, you're talking about 8 o'clock, or
Well, for me, but no, it was,
when I saw the
10
the
and
hours
later.
of the last one, I said, I'd like to, but no way.
yeah, I did a couple of 12 o'clocks
Yikes.
midnights, and that was,
but for volunteers who are
hard.
interested in some aspect of filmmaking, including the students from our workshop, it was a chance to get to talk to filmmakers. And some of the filmmakers
Yes.
that are here are student filmmakers. They're in film school, and some of them are new in their careers. And so they got to talk to lots of different filmmakers here and there. It was a really great conversations that occur during the film festival among community members.
I think that's one of the most fantastic things about it, is that given where our location is, how likely is it that some of our kids in this town will interact with filmmakers on a one-on-one?
Before the film festival? Probably not too likely.
Oh, I mean, it's just such a great opportunity.
Yeah, and one thing the film festival people were talking about a lot was we live in such a fantastically beautiful area that
Yes.
it's becoming more popular with people wanting to make films here.
Yeah, Dan Springen, our executive director, has been saying, it's kind of a joke, but he's been saying you can put a camera on a tripod and spin it, and it doesn't matter where it stops. It's going to be a beautiful setting.
That's right.
When I moved here 7 years ago, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's magnificent here, just the scenery alone.
Sure.
So, and real quick, back to you, the independent films. And Robert, you had mentioned, yeah, people can make money in independent films. What about some independent, maybe actors or actresses that have gone on to any records of that? Somebody that started in independent films, and
Well, the independent film really began with John Cassavetes. I don't know if you remember John.
you remember that?
Right.
Yeah.
And even tell you the truth, on some level, a lot of people don't realize this, but Jerry Lewis used to make little movies, little home movies and stuff like that. And he would actually screen them to invited industry people, and this was even during when he was with Martin and Lewis, and they're making all these big films. But Jerry, because he wanted
had no idea.
Yeah, when he wanted to learn films, and he had Dean on a couple of the films that he did, and he just shoot them at his house. But that independent spirit that he had, and that was kind of his learning ground for independent filmmaking. But all of that, John Cassavetes, and it just keeps going on and on and on. And who was the big guy for independent, the producer? Ron Howard got his break from him too. The guy would back all these really low budget indie films. I forgot his name now, but he did it. Oh, I just had it. I can't remember. But anyway, but yeah, Rodriguez did independent films. There's all these guys that started. Quentin Tarantino, in a way. Tarantino did.
Richard Linklater comes to mind.
Yeah,
He's out of Austin.
Yeah.
He did School of Rock, and he just didn't like being in this. That was his entree into Hollywood, and he didn't like it. He went back to Austin.
Yeah,
Film Boyhood,
the
and others.
Independent filmmaking gives the artist, the filmmaker, a lot of freedom artistically. And especially if you have in your contracts with the producers that you have your final say and everything else, they let you be. They'll and that's the beauty of it.
More artistic license, maybe.
Much more artistic license and artistic freedoms to really express what you want to do, as opposed to having a studio on your back and executives on you and telling you what to do and what not to do, artistically, and it's really frustrating sometimes. Who you should cast, who you shouldn't cast. There's all sorts of. There's the famous line in The Godfather, where the studio didn't want Al Pacino to play Michael Corleone, and Coppola was insistent. So the studio forced Coppola to keep auditioning all these different actors. So he brought in everybody. But what he would do is he would, and this is for days. So every day he'd bring Al Pacino back. So they saw him doing another audition. They saw him doing, and Al was even saying, look, Francis, they don't want me. It's fine. We'll do another movie. And as an actor, if you're not wanted, it's really difficult for you to perform, if you know that you're not wanted. And he was expecting any time to be fired. Once they started rolling, the studios, the executives would see the dailies, and they were just not pleased, and he was expected to be fired any time.
Wow.
Until the scene where it was the restaurant scene where he shoots...
The cop
restaurant?
in this restaurant shoot, he shoots him in the head, and he walks out. Then all of a sudden they go, "Oh, okay, we see it now. We finally."
How could you expect to find a more perfect person to play that role?
Well,
He's
I know.
just brilliant in it.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't forget in Rocky, they loved his script, but they wanted all these other actors to play Rocky. They never saw Stallone in it. He was a nobody, and they wanted Redford, or they wanted James Caan.
I can't even imagine.
I can't.
Yeah,
No.
They did.
He's too pretty to play Rocky.
Ryan O'Neal. They had all these
Oh
guys.
my goodness, they were all the pretty boys.
Yeah, they had all these people, and he just said no, and held out. And it's just, it's hard to picture anybody but Stallone in that.
Yeah.
Ronald Reagan was one of the people that was chosen to play Rick in Casablanca. Can you imagine Ronald Reagan doing that?
No.
That was an incredibly accidental movie. It was a low budget B movie.
It was Casablanca, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And didn't I mention that? I guess I did.
No, you did.
Okay. And I just bought another copy of it a couple of weeks ago, and I cry every time I watch it.
Right. Yeah, it's great.
Not so much even that it's such a sad thing. It's just so beautifully put together.
Yeah.
And
So do you know the story about the writing of that and Ingrid Bergman? You know, because she was the lead in it.
Mhm.
But they were writing as they were shooting.
Yeah, and when they went to the airport scene, they weren't exactly sure how it was going to end. At least that's some of the hype. I don't know if that's-
They weren't sure how it was going through the whole film.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
she comes up to the director, who was it? With a C, I forget his name. Anyway,
Yeah, I
but
remember.
she comes up and she goes, "Okay, so am I in love with Rick, or am I
Yeah,
in love with was it Laszlo, Victor
Yeah.
Laszlo, right?"
yeah.
So who? And he goes, "You know what? We haven't figured that out yet. Play it cool with both of them."
And if you haven't seen the Saturday Night Live alternate ending to that movie, go to your computer right now, bring it up on
With Kate
YouTube.
McKinnon.
Yeah, that's
believe.
unbelievably funny.
Okay, yeah.
Really good.
Good takeoff.
Well, Play It Again, Sam was a takeoff of that. Woody Allen's Play It Again, Sam.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Really funny.
But this is
Right.
just the scene at the end where she's deciding whether or not she should go with Rick or
Right.
and then Rick says, "Well, if you stay here with me, you'll probably wind up in a concentration
Right.
camp." And then she starts to change her mind. Concentration camp? Is that the plane I'm supposed to?
Right.
Obviously, I don't do it as well as you do. But you really have to watch that.
Right.
Everybody out there, write it down.
Right?
We'll wait for you to watch it. In fact, it's not very long.
Do we have any text?
No, we do not. Nobody's, but here it is,
Yep.
y'all. We're down to, gosh, a little more over
We're
10
going to
minutes.
have to hurry now.
541-661-4098. Yeah, please.
And that $5 million goes for the texting, too.
Oh,
doesn't it?
So hurry up. Now we'll get a flood. No, man, that's I was trying to. Now my memory was triggered. Then of course it left me right away. But I was thinking black and white. Does anybody? Are there any? I've always just an old fan of black and white. I don't know what it is. And do any independent films now think about doing any black and white for effect or for mood or?
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, people do it all the time. I was actually thinking for my next film, Kissing Raindrops, I might do a black and white on a throwback version of one of the scenes. So we're talking about that. My cinematographer and I are discussing that, or maybe even doing some desaturation color effect, and then at the end it would have more color.
Okay.
But I had a film that I was doing with Brian Austin Green. And this is an interesting story, but it was called Shades of Love. And I had written it, and there was about 4 different relationships. And I was shooting that on a color palette with every relationship. If it was a hot relationship, I had kind of like a reddish palette. And a cool relationship, I had a blue. And Brian Austin Green's relationship was basically black and white with people. So I was shooting all that black and white. And at the end, all these interesting relationships, them being so tumultuous and everything. At the end, all of these relationships, but then it would gradually come to the end, and it would be in color. It would be in perfect color.
Well, that's kind of like Dorothy getting to Oz.
Kind
That's
of.
right.
Yeah.
Just threw that
First
out there.
part was black and white, and then it went to color.
Right. Well, so Robert, how many movies have you done, roughly? Can you even count them?
Yeah, we've done, I'd say 3.5 features, because that one Shades of Love, we only got to shoot half of it. That's another story.
Okay.
But that one, producers ran out of money and SAG shut us down.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So that, and I've done about 4 or 5 shorts and these are ones that have been produced, and I've written about 40 scripts. So
Okay.
So you still have the remnants of that film. Could you pick it up someday?
I do. I have the scenes that we shot, and some really good scenes. Some really good.
Or you could just put it together in scenes like Plan 9 from Outer Space. That was
Right.
put together with bits and pieces that were from other films.
Right. Yeah, I don't own the rights to it though. I was a gun for hire on that one. It's a writer director.
I don't think anybody claimed the rights to plan on.
Now, can you talk? I heard you also talk about that. Is it kissing
Raindrops.
Raindrops. I was going to say rainbows. Yeah. So that one is still in production, or
we're
you're
shooting,
working?
As soon as I get done with this, I'm in pre-production right now. This is my book. I've got my shot list right here, and I've been working on that while I've been here. And we shoot the first part of that in November, and then we shoot the second part of it in March.
Okay. Location areas?
It's in Las Vegas.
Las
We're going to
Vegas.
shoot it at my house so I can save money.
Okay.
So most of it
right off your house?
and right off my house and into the sunset as a western. And there's another location, a cemetery. So I've got that worked out with the people in Las Vegas. And I just finished casting it right before I came here. And so yeah, we're gonna shoot, and it's a short. It's about 23 pages. So
Okay.
we're gonna shoot the 17th, 18th, 19th of November, and then there's a hiatus because I'm playing the lead character and I have to drop about 20 pounds from the first part of the shoot to the second part of the shoot.
Oh, not from what you are now.
20 pounds basically from what I am right about now.
Where are you gonna,
I'll be very skinny
find
and
you.
gaunt, and yeah.
Speaking of scary
couldn't do
movies,
that.
which are not anymore, but I just thought of it now, Night of the Living Dead, I think, is the scariest movie ever made.
No, didn't see it, so can't comment.
No, the director was that George. Was he not George? Who is it? Can't remember. When I was doing the Pumpkin Carver, we actually took this to Joe Wolf, and Joe Wolf is the one who produced Halloween, and so my producer had taken it to him, and his daughter was running the company, and we were trying to get them involved in it. And he said, and he showed me all these Mike Meyer dolls all along. He had them all laying all over the way, all these different ones. And he says, we want the pumpkin carver to be, have all these little pumpkin carver dolls. That's what we need, ancillary rights and da-da-da-da. And his daughter, they read the script, they liked it, and they didn't want me as a director. There was a couple of reasons. One of them was they had made, quote, some suggestions, and they said, it's your script, you don't have to do it, but we think instead of the protagonist being the antagonist being a fencer, carving Pumpkin's face, I had him as a red herring because he's a fencer. Well, I'll make him a football player or a baseball player.
Oh, that fits right in.
Fits right.
I have no idea why you didn't think of that.
I didn't.
That's why you have to have stuff approved by people.
Right, it went right over my head. I said, the obvious, a baseball player. He was bludgeoned
Once
to
you have
death.
somebody at home, you can run this stuff by.
Yeah.
Maybe a 5-year-old.
Yeah. So anyway, needless to say, that didn't work out. She didn't. How am I supposed to hire you as a director if you can't even take some advice when you're writing? And by the way, I did a whole rewrite for them for free.
Oh, wow.
So they didn't even pay me for the rewrite, and I did it to appease them on some of the things. They also wanted it to be mostly all white characters. I had some other, some African Americans in it. I had, so different nationalities and stuff.
Yeah.
And they thought it should just be, it's got to play to Middle America. It's got to have all these white characters.
Good heavens.
Yeah. So, needless to say,
This is why you remain an independent filmmaker.
for wonderful reasons like that.
Willie Nelson has a song where he, I don't remember exactly how it goes, but he's telling all you record producers and people, you go to hell, I'll write the songs, I'll do that. And they try to change his songs around.
Yeah. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
Before we go, I have a shout out because we're doing all this Halloween stuff.
Yes.
Then Halloween is February, and it is actually film related because it's Eve Annenberg's The Work, a conversation, and it's a documentary about the 3 women who launched the film school at Juilliard. And so that first cohort included Robin Williams. And because these women were in their 80s when Eve begins the documentary, and one of them is not well, she expanded the documentary to talk to a lot of these people who were at Juilliard in this first cohort. and have gone on to be big names, but not all of them got through the film program. So
Wow.
it's a really fascinating film.
And again, that's November 1st at Chetco Library
at 2.
at 2 o'clock. Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we are kind of getting short on time, 3.5 minutes left. So first, I want to thank you all for being here. This has been fantastic. And
Yeah, it's a very interesting discussion.
it's always good for Ray and I to just sit back and let the guests talk, do
Yes.
their thing.
Thank you for having us.
Oh.
Appreciate it.
No, this has been great. Yeah, so like I said, Pumpkin Carver, Airbnb, coming up the October 30th.
Thursday, this Thursday.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
At the Redwood, and then
And then Porta Pints on Halloween evening with axes and beer.
yep.
Okay.
You always want to have on a Halloween axes, beer, and a horror movie.
It sounds
Does
like
it
a great
get any better than that?
Perfect.
Okay, it doesn't get better than that, let me tell you. Oh, and don't forget that $5 million for that 100th person.
I think there's going to be people out there expecting some $5 million
I think
awards.
you got a lot of
Yeah.
people standing by the door counting who's
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah.
But
And then
you'll
right at
also
the end, you're
have,
gonna have 15
entries.
people trying to dive
the
in.
raffle tickets.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's called,
Raffle
folks, it's called movie money, okay? Movie money, come on.
Sort of like Monopoly money.
Well, we like to call it
God,
movie money. Yeah, it's a nicer spin to it.
yeah.
But $5 million nonetheless,
Hey,
you know?
Well,
it'll look good anyway.
it's probably better than radio money. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, did we get that? No. No, this has been great, man. Like I said, this was my first foray into the Wild Rivers Film Festival this year, and I just had a wonderful time. And I will try to double up my caffeine intake to make both feature films on this October 30th, because I
Yes,
do
on
want to check.
Thursday.
Thursday night. Not a party night, but
But Friday
be
will
okay.
be. So you can join us again on
run
Friday.
down to Crescent City at the Port of
Yes.
Pines.
No, look, you're just going to want to start partying a little earlier. That's all, on Thursday.
Well,
It's a long weekend. Come on.
When you're retired, every weekend's
Every
a long
weekend.
weekend.
That's right.
That's right.
If people ask me what day it is and they think I'm getting senile because I don't know, I don't care. This
all-
is the only
Doesn't
thing, one
matter.
thing that I have to do during the week.
It's all Saturday night, isn't it?
Yes.
It is every day. I think the people at the stores are getting tired of hearing me saying, well, it's me every day Saturday. Get out of there.
And people think that the film festival is just 4 days in August and the third weekend, but we're actually hosting events every month, more than once a month.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So the afternoon indie series on the first Saturday at 2, and the Art Walk movie talks on the second Saturday between 3 and 6 at Compass Rose with the short film we talk about. And then our special events, like having
Yes.
Robert Mann here.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So be sure to check out our website,
Indeed.
wildriversfilmfestival.com.
Okay.
And our Facebook page, the verified page.
All
Wild
right.
Rivers Film Festival verified page.
All right, y'all. The music's here. It was a great show. Thank you. You've been listening to KCIW LP 100.7 FM in beautiful Brookings, Oregon.
Perfect. What's that? Is that something new?